This afternoon, a 22-year-old man is behind bars accused of breaking into a Linda Vista home and sexually assaulting a 5-year-old girl. It's our top story on the 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Shanna Handy in for Carlo Cicchetto. He was taken into custody last night. I was in the neighborhood as news of his arrest spread. Neighbors say they're relieved.
My heart goes out to the family, but it really makes me feel good and makes me feel safer.
Like so many others in this military housing community, Memory and Stephen Shiflett are breathing a sigh of relief after learning about last night's arrest.
It is a close-knit neighborhood with a lot of military families and everything like that, so everybody knows everybody. To actually have something like that happen, it's a big deal.
San Diego police took 22-year-old Alejandro Jose Confessor into custody around 11:15 after officers noticed he matched the description of the person they had been looking for. He was drinking a beer on the 6700 block of Linda Vista Road, which is located just 1.5 miles from where he allegedly sexually assaulted a 5-year-old girl.
We continued our investigation, and we've been able to identify him as a suspect in our sexual assault from Thursday morning and our burglary from yesterday morning.
Investigators say Confessor entered a home on Wellington Street early Thursday morning through the garage, which had been left open, and assaulted the girl as she slept. Then early Sunday around 3:25 a.m., someone matching the same description was seen on video surveillance footage returning to the home and entering the property. Thankfully, he was not able to get in a second time. One neighbor who watched the footage says in it you can see Confessor flip off a camera before trying to get inside. I asked psychiatrist Dr. Michael Larden, who is familiar with these types of cases and perpetrators, why he'd returned knowing police were looking for him.
Perpetrators that do this, they have an obsession and they have this tension that builds in them, and the compulsion is that they have to go back to the victim. In fact, 30 to 50% of pedophiles will go reoffend again. So they can't get this piece out of them. And it's just a very, very dangerous piece.
The family told police they do not recognize Confessor. CBSA has learned he lives in a Linda Vista rental, works as a restaurant cook, and has no criminal background. He faces multiple charges, including lewd and lascivious acts with a child under 14 with force, burglary, and trespassing.
And Confessor is scheduled to be arraigned on Wednesday. Police say they didn't have any evidence that he targeted this specific victim during that initial break-in, but that is something they're looking into. And Heather, as you can imagine, police say the family is traumatized, but they're doing okay. We just hope that that little girl gets the help and the justice she deserves.
Oh my goodness, yeah, the details of the story as a parent, they just make you feel sick to your stomach.
Exactly. In that neighborhood, if you've been in any military housing community, it's all families. You know, so a lot of these families are now doing things differently with locking their doors, adding cameras, things like that.
Took the innocence out of that neighborhood.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a sad story.